Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So today's story time kind of reminds me of the olden days on this channel, so I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do, and let's get into it. So today's story time all takes place back when I was 15 years old. Now, 15-year-old Luna was, not doing the best in school. Definitely was skipping a lot of school. I was smoking weed with my friends, which was kind of young in my opinion to be skipping school and smoking weed like that. I know at like 16 and 17 is usually when people do it, but I was doing it a little bit young, and I'm going to tell you about one of those times today. Today's story all starts off as a regular day. I was sitting in my room. It was during winter break, so we actually didn't have school around this time, which was pretty nice. And I was skipping a lot back then, so, it was nice to not have to skip. I was just, had a week off, which was cool. And one of my friends hits me up. We'll just call his friend Jason, okay? Jason hits me up, and he's like, yo, man, my parents are out of town. They're on, like, a Christmas vacation with my little brother. You want to come spend the night tonight? And I was like, yeah, fuck it. I was like, sure. Because that usually meant we'd just be playing a bunch of Halo and getting high, and that was my ideal night back then. So I packed a backpack up, walked into my mom's room. I was like, hey, can I go sleep over at Jason's? She was like, sure. She didn't really want me to because I was in a bunch of trouble that week for skipping the previous week of school, like on and off. But for some reason, she was in a good mood, and she let me go sleep there for the night. So my mom drops me off at Jason's house. I also conveniently didn't tell her that Jason's parents were out of town, so in her eyes, she thought they were going to be there to watch us, but little did she know it was just me and Jason alone. Just, we could do whatever we wanted. We could smoke, we could play video games all night, stay up all night, do whatever we wanted, right? So she drops me off there, and immediately me and Jason start smoking. He had some weed in his room that he had saved, and it was like probably a dub's worth, not that much at all, but back then for us, like, that was like an ounce. Like, that shit would just get us obliterated. So we were smoking in his living room. Like, not outside. In his living room. No windows down. No, preventative measures to make it smell less like weed in the living room. Just hotbox in his house, basically. And all of a sudden, about halfway through our session, I hear a knock on the door. And I look through the little window thing, and it's my fucking mom. And I was like, why is she here? How does she know? What do I do? And Jason's like, dude, is that your mom? And I was like, dude, yes. And my mom keeps knocking. So I have to answer, because if I don't answer, she's going to know something's up. So I slowly open the door so smoke doesn't seep through. And she goes, Austin, what are you doing? Open the door. And I was like, what's up? What do you need? She's like, you left your backpack in the car. I'm bringing it back for you. Here you go. And I open the door really quick and I grab it. But when I grab it, smoke pours out and she can smell the weed. And she's like, what the fuck are you guys doing in there? And I was like, what? And she's like, don't play fucking stupid with me. I can smell it. I can see it. Where is his parents? Are they here? And I was like, yeah, they're upstairs. And she was like, don't fucking lie to me. No kids smoke in the house, and their parents are okay with it. And I was like, they are. And she goes, then you're never coming here again. Where are they? I want to talk to them right now. And she, opens the door and lets herself in to Jason's house and starts looking for his parents. And me and Jason are both just standing there in the living room like, what do we do? And she goes upstairs, looks for the parents, not there, comes back downstairs, looks around downstairs, not there. And she goes, okay, clearly there's no parents here. Jason, where are your parents? And Jason freezes up and he's like, they went out to get groceries. And she's like, okay, when are they coming back? And he's like, probably soon. And she goes, all right, I'm going to call them. And she sits down on the couch and starts calling Jason's mom because she had her number because she knew her. And within 5 seconds, Jason's mom picks up, and she's like, hey, are you at the store right now? Are you coming home soon? And you can hear Jason's mom go, what? No, I'm on vacation. We're on a family trip. Why? And she's like, well, my son's here with your son, and they're getting high in your living room, hotboxing it. And I could hear Jason's mom, her voice raise. What? What are they doing? And my mom's like, yep, they're hotboxing the living room, in your living room, smoking weed, smoking pot, getting high. And then her voice gets even louder. She starts screaming. She's like, I'm going to ground him forever. I'm taking everything from him. No Xbox, no phone. How dare he lie to me? I told him no friends over, and now he's got your son over smoking pot. Ask him whose pot it is. Whose is it? And my mom puts the phone down and goes, whose weed is it? And Jason took one for the team. He's like, it's mine. And it was his. He wasn't lying, but he could have stayed silent and not gotten in as much trouble. But he's like, yeah, it's mine. And my mom goes back on the phone, and she's like, it's Jason's. And his mom's like, he's done. Tell him he's done. And yeah, it was just, you could hear her screaming. It was so loud. She wasn't even on speakerphone, but I could hear every word clear as day. Well, fast forward like 5 minutes later, my mom gets off the phone with her, tells me to get in the car and grab my shit because I was going home. And then as I'm getting into the car, loading my stuff in, I guess she called Jason's mom back. I didn't see this because I was outside loading my stuff in the car, but she was still in the house with Jason. And she called Jason's mom back and said, hey, want me to take Jason until you guys get home so I can watch them both and keep them both grounded? And Jason's mom's like, yeah, that'd be great. Thank you so much. So Jason also got put in the car and taken back to my house. And we both got grounded for lying to our parents and smoking weed. They took away our phones, our Xbox, everything that was fun. The only thing we were allowed to do is watch TV, but it had to be what my mom wanted to watch. So we had to watch like her stupid, like, fucking reality shows and soap operas and just nothing that was good. No offense to my mom and her shows. You know, some of the stuff she watches is good, but for this small period of time, it wasn't very good. But yeah, it's like me and Jason got to keep hanging out, but it was like we were grounded, so it sucked. I don't know, it was not fun, and it was really, really weird and just like depressing. And it definitely ruined the rest of our Christmas break. And yeah, not long after that, like a few days later, Jason's parents came back from their vacation. They picked him up. He went home. He stayed grounded. I stayed grounded for like 2 more weeks. And then reality kind of resumed as normal. I went back to doing the same shit I would always do, and the cycle repeated. I got grounded a bunch more times, and you already know the rest. But yeah, I just thought this was a funny little story about one of the times I got caught by my mom. I really expected when I got to Jason's house that we were going to be like home free for the next couple of days. Just no parents, no nothing. It was going to be awesome. And my mom caught us without even trying to catch us. So yeah. Moral of the story is, don't be like dumbass me back in the day. That's simple. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.